a two-time MVP, maybe the greatest shooter in this game, will remain with the Warriors for the next 5 seasons. Steph Curry gets $201 million. So he did not take less, right? He made me a little bit off.
I feel like it's a little bit less than the max.
Okay.
I'd have to figure out the exact, but the max to me I thought was 205, but and the cap didn't go down a little, so maybe he gave them a tiny little discount.
Right. And we are expecting again Kevin Durant to get done, but explain why they're going to wait on Durant.
Well, they have to make certain decisions. They don't have his rights. So in the case of Steph Curry, they had his rights, right? Mm-hmm. He's been with the team since he was a baby, whereas Durant's been there for 5 minutes. And so what the issue there is that they can only pay him 20% more of what he made the previous season, or they can go under the cap and pay him the max. So they can pay him about $32 million with what's called non-bird rights, mm-hmm. or they can go under the cap and pay him the $35 million starting salary. The $3 or $4 million, I don't think, to me, you have to lose Andre Iguodala, but you're telling me they're bringing back Sean Livingston. It feels like they've got to believe he's coming back, and he's going to come back at that 32 number or whatever it is, because it just doesn't make sense when you win the title. And he talks about team. How do you break apart a team to get a few extra $1 million? I mean, yeah, it's $3 million in the first year, and you extend it out. Maybe it's $15, $20 million, but come on. You can't do that to Andre Iguodala.
All right, our capologist, Eric Pincus. Let's bring back here Dennis Scott. We're making the crew here work hard tonight. Moving cameras back and forth. Everybody's doing a great job here tonight. We are live on NBA TV, by the way. Free agent fever is upon us, and we are actually, with Billy King and Dennis Scott, talking about some free agent news here. We were getting to the Andre Iguodala story earlier. I know you wanted to hit more of that with the news here coming that Steph Curry has inked a 5-year deal, and Sean Livingston has inked a 3-year deal.
Yeah, I think in Iguodala's situation, he's saying to himself, Billy, I know I've won 3 years in a row. I've gone to the finals 3 years in a row with this team. I have a finals MVP. If I go somewhere else and I take more money, now I got to go back to playing 30 minutes a night, 32 minutes a night. Where in Golden State, he's averaging maybe 18, 19 minutes. He's coming off the bench. He's getting a little older. Now you grow old gracefully as a savvy vet coming off the bench, where if you go somewhere else, now you're making 12, maybe 15 million. I need more out of you.
Well, also, but he's looking at Golden State saying, okay, Steph got paid, which deserving he should, right. And then Sean Livingston got $8 million a year. Mm-hmm. He said, okay, I was MVP, been to the finals, I'm an integral part of this team. Where are you going to pay me? You know, I got to be somewhere in the 15, because he's looking, Jeff Teague, $57 million for 3 years. So he's looking at all these other numbers, and he said, okay, I want to make sure I get mine as well. You know, he's got 2 rings, so right. I understand his point. But if he were to say go to Philadelphia, they would ask him to play the minutes because they're going to have the young guys play. Right. If he goes to Sacramento, they're going to ask him to play a lot of minutes and carry the bulk of the load, right. Which is a little different than being in Golden State. So he does have to look at it. But if the money's big enough, he's got 2 rings. This is probably his last chance to get a big contract. So you got to say if they're going to say $60 million or $70 million for 4 years.
Something like that. Steph, KD, man, I'll see y'all in the summertime.
Exactly. And if you go to Sacramento, it's not that far. You know, I'll get a house in the middle. We can see each other.
I agree with that.